Hello and welcome to my twin flame journey. I am Shine, and this is going to be the weekly reading from January 7th until the 14th. What I have here is what the masculine is thinking, what they're feeling, what is blocking them or what they need to do, advice from the universe for them. Same as for the feminine. Here we have what is currently the main issue or the reason for the disconnect, what is needing to be done in order to bring them together, and the advice from the universe. So first I got to do the spiel. Keep in mind that masculine and feminine stands for an energy more than a gender, so whatever side resonates with you, that's your message. Also keep in mind that these readings are general, and the best way to know what's going on for you specifically is to get a personal reading. All the information for that is below. So again, just take what resonates and leave the rest. Please like, subscribe, and share. And is that it? I think that's it. I have to do the spiel in the beginning just so I don't forget it in the end. Again, I hope everyone's been well. I've taken a little bit of a break, but we're starting to get back into the swing of things. So let's see what the masculine is thinking. January 7th through the 14th. Now, if you've looked at the monthly reading, it kind of touches still on the same idea, mostly. The masculine is wanting new beginnings, and they're hoping for forgiveness over, the scandal, over what transpired here that brought about the end of this relationship. And they're hoping to be able to move forward and to recover from the mistakes that were made. That's kind of self-explanatory, this row here. And what they're feeling is brown-haired man. This is them trying to be logical and figure out a way to overcome this barrier, which is the reason for the separation. And we have jealousy here, which could be them, needing to take off the mask, needing to overcome their fears, being able to speak up, hold themselves accountable, say whatever it is that they need to say so that this can be transcended, so that they can have forgiveness and be able to learn from the mistakes and move forward. And we have stop, look, and listen, which could be them trying to draw attention to what it is that they need to do or to say to come out of this confusion that they're having of what to do and what to say in order to bring about success, to reconcile, to be forgiven again. And I should say here first, I should have did this first. The main issue or the reason for the disconnect is we have Six of Spring, which is Six of Wands, and that's all about, being victorious, getting the attention and accolades from a job well done. But we have Ten of Winter here, which is the Ten of Swords. The resolution of difficulties, a weight lifted off your shoulders, the end of an addiction or codependency. And this one was wonderful news is on its way, smart choices that bring rewards, success, and public recognition. Now, the reason for the disconnect is, there is no victory being had here because tens are all about endings, cycles that are ending, but there is still lingering remnants of this past cycle. Still pain, still lies, still no resolution. So in order to have victory, we're needing to release this to bring about closure, a resolution again. And this stems from people needing to communicate. And a lot of it has been the masculine needing to communicate a truth, needing to come clean, again, needing to take off the mask, because that's the only way you're going to a way to earn back someone's respect, to earn back someone's trust, is if you show them that you've learned, that you've grown, that you've changed, and that you're no longer going to engage in the behaviors that cause the end of this relationship. And of course, it takes two people to tango. It's both people learning from the experience. So I should have pointed that out first. And what is needed. Well, first let me say, sorry, I keep like jumping around, but the Page of Swords here, this is the vice versa tarot, by the way, a new deck. We have the Page of Swords here as far as what is needed. And then we have the Seven of Swords. And of course, we know Seven of Swords deals all with lies and deception and all of that. So there needs to be a communication about the lies and deception to bring this cycle, this pain to an end, to have victory. There needs to be a communication. And it comes from the masculine, because as we've seen, it's been the masculine that's been the liar, the deceiver, all of that. So in order to bring about a resolution, again, this communication needs to be had. Now I will read from here. The Page of Swords. A fierce young man whose expression seems combative tightly grips a shining sword, ready to strike. He hovers in mid-air, lashed by the cold winds that blow the clouds aloft. Aloft? The landscape below is jagged and sharp, and his feet are bare, suggesting vulnerability. Through his outer demeanor projects toughness. This is a person who may not know how to compromise or listen well to others. Swords are the suit of communication and thought, but this knave doesn't have the mental discipline yet to achieve clarity in either. He may get himself into situations that require someone else to rescue him. A few of those experiences will educate and humble him, at which point his potential for brilliance can be fulfilled. So again, it's about applying the lessons, showing that you've learned and grown, stepping out of your fears, being able to communicate a truth, becoming vulnerable in order to heal this situation. And we got the Seven of Swords. A masked thief sneaks away from his enemy's camp in the night, bearing stolen swords. Two more swords stand upright, thrust into the ground. He's leaving them because taking everything would be too obvious and might raise the alarm. The army's tents glow with firelight, and armored sentinels stand guard, unaware of the thief who passes so close by in a rocky landscape. Something sneaky is happening behind the scenes. It won't take much sleuthing to uncover it, and you can fix the situation quietly and discreetly if you wish. If you are the one who is acting unethically, you may not get away with it much longer. For your own sake, set things straight as soon as you can. So again, this is the universe warning the masculine. You need to cut this out. You need to stop this behavior. You need to stop lying and sneaking and cheating and using and abusing and whatever it is that you're doing, because it's not going to serve you. And this is a lesson that you should have learned. And if you're looking to rectify this situation, or you're looking to become better within yourself in whatever new relationships you might have, this behavior has to end. And it can be scary taking off masks, because you feel like you'll lose the love and respect of people if they really knew what your motives have been or things that you've done. But in order to gain someone's, again, respect and love back, you need to show that you can hold yourself accountable. No matter how that you feel that makes you look worse being known as a liar and a user and an abuser or cheater or whatever it is. So being honest might make you feel like the jig is up or you'll be looked down upon, but it's the opposite. It's those that continue to want to lie and deceive and pretend that they didn't do what they did or whatever it is, that you continue to lose people's respect. So this is what's needed in order to, again, bring this cycle to the end, to have victory. The lies need to be talked about. What happened here needs to be talked about. And then for the masculine of what's blocking them is we have 8 of Swords and Ace of Swords. Again, this is about clarity, truth, releasing oneself from the ruminating thoughts or the fears or the worries about coming clean, about speaking truths, because you're keeping yourself stuck. You're keeping the situation stuck. You're obviously needing to speak a truth, needing to come clean. And it's reiterating that with you here. Let go of whatever fear that you have about doing that. Because that's the only way that you're going to truly evolve within yourself, first and foremost. How you behave, how you treat other people. Are you a person of integrity, or are you a liar and a deceiver who keeps trying to get away with stuff? Like that doesn't serve you. It should be, you should have learned from that and no longer engaging in that kind of behavior, because it's hurtful to you and it's hurtful to other people. Now let us see I dropped my cards. 8 of Swords. From this point of view, we can see that the ropes that bind the woman are loose, and she could easily escape them if she chose to. Moreover, one of the swords is within her grasp already, making her release even more possible. The gentle rolling landscape before her speaks of freedom, if she will remove her blindfold to see it. A large eagle flies towards her, symbolizing far-seeing perspective. Don't wait for someone else to rescue you. The situation is well within your capabilities. If you choose to stay where you are, acknowledge that it is a choice you make freely. Don't see yourself as a victim or place blame on others for your circumstances. If someone else is playing the victim in this scenario, the kindest thing to do is let him or her summon the strength and intelligence to break free. But this is, again, more about the masculine, what they need to do, because this is what's blocking them. Freeing yourself from the lies, freeing yourself from what happened in the past. We saw that in the monthly reading as well. Releasing this situation so that it can transcend and be healed. And you having the foresight to know that it's the right thing to do. It's the only way to proceed forward, be it, again, in this relationship or just with anything that you do from this point on in your life. No one likes a liar. No one likes a cheater. These are people that can't be trusted. These are people that lose relationships. So if you don't want to be one of those people, you got to change your behavior. You have to change the way you think. You have to, man up, so to speak. And then we have Ace of Swords. A gleaming sword is held aloft. Is that the second time I've struggled with that word? In the sunshine. The elemental symbol for air is emblazoned on the crossguard. The person raising the sword is looking out over a lush and verdant valley with gentle rolling hills extending as far as the eye can see. There is a sense that the person has found the promised land. The crown that appears in the blue sky proclaims dominion over the land and bestows the divine right to claim it. The Ace of Swords represents the gift of clarity. A new idea is divinely inspired and will lead to success. Grasp the sword of truth and vision. So again, have the foresight to free yourself, free both of you. Be honest, be clear about what it is that needs to be done. And then the advice. This was in the reverse, so this is a challenge. When it comes in the reverse, it's considered a challenge, something that you need to overcome. This is the Diamond Dreamer, material wealth, true prosperity. So this was in the reverse, as well as this one. The Wise Woman of Wonderland, integrity compromise. Again, we spoke of integrity already. So this is your challenge. And let us see. The Diamond Dreamer as a challenge. The Diamond Dreamer challenges you to address your perception of the power of materialism. Do you focus on the material world above all else? Have you become hypnotized by the notion that it's the only reality? Have you grown too attached to stuff? Have you come to consider wealth only to be the accumulation of worldly goods? Now is the time to find value and wealth in the intangible spiritual experience. Before anything is seen reflected in the manifest world, it originates in the unseen, the spiritual and the divine mind. Be careful what you wish to manifest, for you may not want to pay the price of keeping it once you get it. The Diamond Dreamer also reminds you that disappointment and disillusionment are sometimes the way home to truth of what's best for you. He may be here to tell you that when you don't get what you want, it's being withheld from you because something better is in store. Be compassionate with yourself and others at this time. Let the Diamond Dreamer lead you to the highest dreams for your perfect purpose and true prosperity. Now, when it mentions here about chasing the material, some masculines have a tendency to get into codependent relationships, going for material needs being met instead of emotional ones, enter into relationships so that someone can take care of you, pay your way, pay your rent, or chasing something where it looks like the grass was greener on the other side, but no matter where you go, there you are. The problem isn't what you had, it's that the fact that you didn't water the grass that you had. So obviously the other thing seems better. But once you got there, you realize that it wasn't all that you thought it was going to be. And that's why you're trying to rectify this mistake and gain forgiveness and go back to what you had, because you realize that the grass you had was better than the grass that you got. And this kind of reiterates that. Many masculines went chasing after something else that they thought was going to be better, and it turned out to be not better. Because it wasn't, again, the person, it was themselves. That was the problem. And lying and deceiving and using people and taking advantage of people and entering into codependent situations so you can have material needs met. In the end, that only lasts but so long. It only gets you but so far. Because that's not a way to be. Many masculines were having to learn financial independence. Same with the feminine. Finances and career came out a lot for both of them in the readings that were done in the fall and the winter. They're both needing to be independent financially and otherwise, because two broken halves don't make a whole. So this again is reminding you that, he says, the disappointment and disillusionment are sometimes the way home to the truth of what's best for you. Again, going where you thought was going to be better showed you that it wasn't. And that was karma. Because when you do things with false motives, the Tower comes in and teaches you a lesson that that's not how to be. So that's for that one. Then we got 21. The Wise Woman of Wonderland. This was also in the challenge position. When the Wise Woman of Wonderland appears as a challenger, this is a sign that you may have compromised yourself out of fear. Have you been in denial about the truth of your situation? Have you sold yourself short rather than ask for what you really need? Have you given up your dream for another because you fear abandonment? The Wise Woman of Wonderland is gently reminding you that you count. Claim your good and never settle for less. Be fearless and make it so. Why hang around for more disappointment when wonderful adventures and opportunities are waiting to unfold for you? This again plays into this. If the masculine left this situation, which could have also been a codependent situation, fear of being alone, not being able to take care of yourself, so you enter into relationships so that you don't have to be homeless, or that you're making sure that you're having a roof over your head, or food, or someone caring for you, or, feeding all those childhood wounds that you needed to deal with yourself. And when this situation ended, for whatever reason, maybe this person got sick of it, whatever it was, you entered into another codependent situation that you thought was going to be better than this. But as I said, no matter where you go, there you are. And if you're the problem, you're going to have the same issue. You're going to enter into the same kinds of relationships. You're going to have the same kinds of results. Because again, the problem is you. And we attract what we believe we deserve, or we attract what we put out. So you found yourself in another karmic cycle and another codependent situation, and you realized that it wasn't the right choice. Now you're trying to fix it and go back to this situation. You've been in denial. You've compromised yourself again out of fear of abandonment because you didn't want to be alone. So you jumped into another relationship, again, because there are things within you that need to be healed so that you can have a healthy perspective on relationships, so that you can have a healthy behavior within yourself as far as how you treat yourself, how you treat other people. Again, this was the masculine's lesson. So these two cards play right into it. And then for the feminine, what she's thinking is home. And I really hope that the sound is recording on this, because that would suck. We have destruction. And then we have patience. The stranger. Bad news. Now this is similar to the monthly readings. You got a lot of these same cards. Now either the feminine is, trying to be patient in this situation and not fear the worst, hoping that this person can change. Or, she's chucking it up to a loss. She's trying to have the patience and healing herself, doing her own thing, and trying not to fear the future, and being open to someone new coming along. That could also be a possibility. Because not everybody is sitting around waiting, especially if this situation's been dragging out for a long time. Life goes on, people move on. So the feminine is kind of at that point where she's open to meeting someone new and not waiting around forever for this person to speak the truth so that things can be healed and transcended. People, again, get tired of the games. They get tired of waiting. But this could also mean that they're trying to be hopeful for this person to change their tune. But let us see destruction. Oops. Destruction, we have a malto, which is depression, low morale, something that's sick. So the destruction is like the tower. It's like an unfortunate event. Something that was built on a faulty foundation comes down. A relationship that was unwell due to secrecy, lies. And then we have here the union, strong bond, union, marriage. So this was on destruction. But then we have patience here. Patience. We have again another tower. Disgracia. This is an unfortunate event. Prosperity, having regrets. Longing to be with someone again who could be at a distance, or thinking about the past, thinking about what happened. Morte, this is death, transformation, or this is complete and total detachment. Like trying to detach oneself from what happened. Again, it could be trying to be optimistic about meeting someone new. The stranger, we have La de Grazia, which is like light, lightness, to become light, to transform. We have the precious gift. So, or something of value. So again, could be waiting for this person to change. Or remaining hopeful that things will change and that someone new will come along who the gift, this thing usually always comes out in regards to relationships. Again, something of valuable, something that you cherish, a relationship that you cherish. You know, that you don't take for granted, that you realize is precious. Then we also have speranza, which is hope. This is on the stranger. So again, it could be hoping that this person changes, or you're hoping for something better, or someone who will treat you better. It could go either way, or it could go both ways. Who knows? And then we have what they're feeling. We have judgment. So this is, again, same kind of cards that came out in the monthly, trying to figure out a path. Do I continue on this side, or do I see what else could be for me? We have good fortune. We have the lesson. We have vulnerable. We have change, and then heartbreak. So again, the feminine is wanting there to be a change, hoping things will change, hoping to overcome the heartbreak, hoping that they can be vulnerable again. Because once you've been burned, you're kind of weary about even new people, because you fear being hurt again. You fear being lied to. You fear of entering into the same kind of situation you have with this person, or you fear this person doing it again. And you're trying to use your better judgment so that you have a good result, so that you apply the lessons that from the wisdom from the lessons, I'm sorry. And again, in overcoming the pain of what transpired here. So again, the feminine is kind of, she's on a crossroads. As well as this side, but different reasons. It's like, should I just leave this behind and move forward to someone new, because some of them are fed up and already head in that direction, or they're still toggling with the idea, could this situation be rectified? Could this person change? Could I even open up to them again? Could I forgive them? It's a challenge. It's a challenge. And speaking of challenges and obstacles, we have the Five of Wands. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles, of course, about new beginnings. Something that has the potential for longevity. Something that's an offer, either from the universe, or it could be an offer from this person to begin anew, to have a new beginning, to have a good foundation this time around. And Five of Wands, of course, is about conflict. So let us see, the challenge could be to overcome the conflict and embrace a new opportunity. Let us see, Five of Wands. Two soldiers spar, both, I'm sorry, that was the other side. The staves are tipped with metal, but they can be broken. As we can see from the splintered staff on the ground, the soldiers too are tipped with metal, but their helms are their only armor, and their bodies are as vulnerable to breakage as their weapons, while the scene on the other side doesn't hold any special portent or seem ominous. On this side, the other side meaning the other side of this card. On this side, the presence of the erupting volcano tells a different story. The healthy competition or intellectual sparring is becoming heated. There is a danger of explosion if the tension isn't dialed back. You may gently probe for wounded places in the situation, but beware of pushing too hard. There is unseen anger that needs an outlet or a time out if that seems more appropriate. The endeavor is threatened from within. So again, within, inner conflict, wondering if you should even be bothered, still holding on to the pain, the resentments. Again, probably because you haven't been giving anything to help you. Although they say you don't need this person's input or closure in order to heal. It has to come within yourself, because whether or not you get it, you still got to move on. You still have to overcome. So whether or not this person ever comes clean, if you know the truth, let that be enough peace for you so that you can embrace new opportunities. You can be open to meeting someone else if that is your choice. Or it'll help you to be open to possibly forgiving this person. You know, but this is about still holding on to those feelings that might be holding you back in either case. And then we have Ace of Pentacles. An arm in rich green attire reaches toward a golden pentacle disc. The gesture can be seen in different ways, catching the disc as it falls or tossing the disc upward, or even levitating it. However you view it, the well-dressed person controls the disc. The setting is a lush, formal garden at the height of summer bloom. Gravel paths in the shape of a Venus symbol bring order to the garden. The Ace of Pentacles represents the gift of good fortune. It is a cosmic yes, an answer to any question, especially about money, career, material possessions, and other earthly concerns. Whatever you start now will grow rapidly and may prosper beyond your wildest hopes. So, again, it's about embracing new opportunities, being open to new opportunities, something that is tangible, something that could bring good fortune, a solid offer. Could be from this side, or it could be just from the universe saying, hey, don't worry, we got you. Something better is coming along. But either way, your challenge is to overcome still what you're feeling inside. The hurt, the anger, the resentment, whatever conflicts that you might be having. It's kind of just being open to new possibilities. And then your advice in the reverse, which is the challenge, is the Horse King, assistance and control. And then you had one in the upright, the Queen of Light, illumination, enlightenment, and celebration. So let us see the Horse King. The Horse King wants to know why you think you can do everything by yourself. Keeping control of everything around you is counterproductive and exhausting. You may lose an important opportunity if you insist on being stubborn. The Horse King is patient, however, and will wait for you to come to your senses and accept the help you need. You won't be able to reach your goal otherwise. Yet the Horse King says that all it takes is a decision to jump on its back, ask for help, and graciously allow yourself to be carried to your destination. Let go of control and amazing things can happen for you. And then the Queen of Light in the ally position. The Queen of Light is a beautiful ally and comes into your life to herald success in all your ventures. She illuminates the most important steps on your path and reminds you of your own brilliance. You're intelligent and inspired, and all your needs will be met. Remember that you are the instrument of the divine shining through you in this world. You're on the correct path for your highest good. The Queen also brings you insight onto how to manifest your reality in the most miraculous ways. She promises that you'll be shown the next right action and celebrates you as you stand brilliant, joyful, and enlightened in the present time. You've worked hard to come this far. You can be proud to stand tall in your conviction that in your heart of hearts you know the truth of your situation. Rewards for your perseverance and willingness to learn are on their way. Gratitude and acceptance are key today. So again, what I mentioned before, with or without this person coming forward, with or without this person coming clean, with or without this person giving you the closure. You need to find that within yourself, because this person might never do that. So your healing has to come from within and not relied upon whatever this person might say or not say, so that you can again be open to new opportunities. You know, you have enlightenment, you know the truth of the situation. That should be the only closure that you need. And you should move on regardless. Do you, again, heal yourself, resolve the things that need to be resolved within yourself, with or without this person, and embrace, again, new opportunities, new paths, new year, new you. And should this situation never resolve, know that the universe has got you covered. And if you've learned the lesson, you'll now be attracting people to you that resonate at a higher level, the level that you're on now. Self-love, self-respect, people that have integrity, people that are honest, you know, all the qualities that you're looking for. You'll start attracting that, because again, you won't be settling for less than. And hopefully this person comes around and can meet, you know, the new standard, and you both can evolve and grow and prosper and move together. But again, if not, know that no matter what, you only have control over you. Heal yourself, learn the lessons, be open to new beginnings, and always know that there's always someone else. New opportunities. Now, the advice for both of you in regards to this situation, the universe says, give your relationship a chance. And I said, why give your relationship a chance? And they said, forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. On this one was work on your partnership. Getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. This could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. And religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and your spiritual path. If you're twin flames, it definitely is. These are lessons, these are phases, these are all part of different cycles that soulmates and twin flames go through, because it's all part of your spiritual path. So they're letting you know, just like in the monthly, people need to overcome themselves. People need to use the wisdom that was learned, apply the lessons that were learned, let go of one's fears, be open to forgive, you know, and you be both people being open to sharing each other's feelings, thoughts, whatever it is, so that things can be healed and move on to the next phase. Let this old cycle end. Because you also had here unrequited love. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. If nobody's communicating, if nobody's expressing how they feel, nobody is requiting love to each other, people are kind of not speaking, or whatever the situation is. They're saying that, well, in order to give your relationship a chance, in order to get to know each other again, in order to forgive and learn, communication needs to happen. People need to express how they feel. And you can't have unrequited love. You have to express your love. Because I said, why unrequited love? And you got express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. And then you had calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help to bring you together. You know, try to think positively. And they want you both to flirt. Extend your lighthearted energy. But also love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. Because again, this was a big lesson for most people, as self-love and self-respect. Not just these two people. It's a lesson for the majority. So if you do that, all the rest will fall into place. On that note, my lovelies, I wish you love and light. I wish you healing, and I wish you luck in regards to this and anything else you might be going through. Again, communicate. Communicate, communicate. Honesty. No more lies and deception. Try to forgive. Try to live and learn. Be open to new possibilities overall. And until next time, take care. Bye-bye.